Trauma is not what happens to you, it's what happens inside you as a result of what happened to you. This is how trauma is defined by Dr. Gabor Mate, a world-renowned physician specializing in trauma and childhood development. I am here today to tell you about my meditation journey and maybe inspire you to consider the idea that meditation can heal trauma with positive effects in both our personal and professional lives. I am currently an external consultant for one of the biggest telecoms in Europe and a young meditation coach trying to transform the organizational culture through generosity, collaboration, and having fun at work. I started to meditate daily in 2017 after attending a business meditation training in which I decided to triple my income. The main idea in this training was that everything in our reality is created by our personal perspectives, and there is nothing in our reality that is not created through our personal perspective. But even if that was a business training, the only important question in my mind was a personal one. Okay, I understand that everything in my life, my reality, is coming from me through my mental patterns, but how it is possible to have seen my mother die in front of me when I was 17? How it is possible for me to create that trauma for myself in my reality? But I didn't have the courage to ask that question out loud. So the only option I had was to really investigate on my own through analytical meditation how it was possible to be the witness of such suffering and be so broken-hearted at the same time. My entire life shattered at 7:20 on a Tuesday morning when my mother's brain got flooded with blood at the age of just 52. She was the general manager of the Union of Visual Artists in Bucharest, working there for more than 30 years, while being the first in her family to go to college and also starting a family at a young age. I spent my 20s running away from emotional pain, and during all this time I focused on what I thought I could actually control: my studies, my income, my career. I climbed the management ladder and became an expert in my field. This came hand in hand with stress, burnout, and constant anger. And we all can agree that stress, burnout, and anger create all kinds of problems in the long term. It has been proven many times that constant negative emotions create health problems, stress at work is impacting also our personal lives, and burnout is slowly becoming a pandemic in the business world, infecting both the managers and the individual contributors. In my early 30s, when I became a manager for the first time, I realized I really needed a way to manage my stress, my mind, and my constant negative emotions. That these emotions I was feeling deep down inside, and I was refusing to accept them. Because at that moment I was a manager and I had the responsibility to take care of my team, not to stress them with my negative emotions. So after attending that business training just 4 years ago, I started doing traditional Asian meditation. And I put my focus on practicing wisdom I was finding in studying Buddhist philosophy. And in just 8 short months since the training, I have achieved my business goal, tripling my income through a promotion at the headquarters in London, in one of the biggest telecoms in the world. Achieving that big goal gave me the confidence that yes, it is possible to change your reality through meditation and constant practice off the cushion. And now, after 3 years of deepening my studies and meditation practice, I'm just finishing 200 hours meditation teacher training with the greatest achievement of them all. 2 decades after my mother passed away suddenly and forced me to close my heart. On November 20th in the afternoon, when I saw the date on the computer screen, I noticed a thought in my mind. November 20. I know this date. What was this date? Don't know. And I moved on to another thing. It wasn't until 1 or 2 hours later that I realized it was exactly 20 years since my mother died. And I immediately checked my heart space to see how I felt. And I watched in silence. Nothing. No more pain, no more sorrow, no more trauma. A sense of relief, a calm, peaceful feeling of accepting what has happened. The wound has healed. There is still a scar there, obviously. Yes, it was a traumatic and challenging period for more than half my life, but it doesn't hurt anymore. All that's left is the love and gratitude I have for my mother and all the lessons she taught me while she was alive and after she passed away. Now I can move on to another thing. I can move on towards opening my heart by knowing that my reality is created through my personal perspectives. And there isn't anything in my reality that is not created by my personal perspective. And the method to actually implement that in my daily life is meditation. My personal conclusion after this 200 hours meditation teacher training is that meditation really is a tool to heal the trauma in our hearts and minds. And I can say with real honesty that I am living proof that meditation can heal a broken heart that has done tons of mistakes in the last 20 years due to fear and avoidance of emotional pain. I've also used meditation successfully to sustain an upward spiral towards a new professional goals and career aspirations. So I can really confirm through my personal experience that meditation is a tool to reach inner and outer success in our hearts and outside the boundaries of our skin. My name is Ilie, and I hope we will meet soon in a meditation session.